What's going on, everyone? As I talked about before, I told you, showed in the post, we're going to be talking about Costco stock today. Really just an analysis of Costco stock. I hope you're excited. We're going to go in depth into the business. I'm going to tell you some insights, obviously, about this company. Look at valuation, see what we can do with this one. So let's get excited about it. So Costco stock, why am I talking about it? Well, this is a stock that's been very intriguing over the last several years, no doubt. Year to date, this is a stock that's had no chart available. A fantastic run up. Obviously, I guess because there's no year to date chart yet. If you look over the last year, the stock rose nearly 50% in 2020. Quite incredible, right? Or 2021, I should say. And if you look prior to that, um, yeah. Do you remember when the stock market fell around 40%? In 2020 in March, you don't see the same picture with Costco. You don't. You see a dip of around 11%, and it has really just gone bonkers since the start of 2020, up 86%. Look, this is a company it's a stock that's really just taken off. Um, so that's why I think it's worth taking a look at. Obviously it's you know worth taking a look at for many reasons, but look, if you don't know Costco, what is Costco? Well, Costco is a fusion of a retailer as well as a service company, right? Service being the membership. This is a membership based wholesaler, meaning that you buy in bulk. So the main focus here for Costco is going to be about providing value to the member, right? One little insight that people don't necessarily understand with Costco is really where they derive profit from. So this is a company that is entirely focused on value for their members, and they do that by offering very low margin items. I mean, they're selling some items at a loss. Some items they sell at a loss, believe it or not. But most items really contain margins less than 10%. This is incredibly rare for retailers. You typically don't see it. Advantages being the buying in bulk strategy, obviously, creates cheaper prices, but they set their prices cheaper as well, so that way they offer the best value for people. And obviously, buying in bulk isn't necessarily there for everyone. Not everyone's interested in the model of buying in bulk. But the way this company generates profit is solely via the membership. They don't rely on margins to make profit. Their entire goal is growing membership base. And obviously, what is Costco membership? Well, first off, when you click on it, you know what they're going to show you first overall is going to be the executive membership. Their premium membership is $120 a year, pure profit, no matter how many members they get. That's $120 that they haven't worked for. They did nothing for this money. It's just $120 just for the opportunity to shop there. What does it offer? Well, fantastic stuff. 2% rewards every $500 spent is the equivalent of $10 back in your pocket. So fantastic, obviously, in that sense. They offer discounted services with it. Online typically means they'll offer free shipping via that. Includes 2 memberships, obviously, and then 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So no matter how far you are in, same thing with their products too. No matter how long you've had it, for the most part, Costco's going to return it for you. They care about making you happy. They really do. Same with the membership. If you're unhappy after 6 months, they're not going to charge you a prorated amount or refund a prorated amount. This is a company that's going to pay you the full $120 right back to you, even though you've used it. Even if you've used the executive membership rewards that you've earned, they're still going to pay you. It's crazy. They're going to pay you back. And then you have the traditional Gold Star membership. Obviously not the one they want to focus most of all. $60 a year. Doesn't come with benefits, obviously, in that case. But still profit, $60 a year. Fantastic stuff. So that's Costco's business model in a nutshell. They're a wholesaler. They sell bulk items, obviously. Just some examples here being look at all these towels. No, look at all these K-cups. Massive thing of K-cups. But they're selling them dirt cheap. They're just selling things really cheap. Look at all this Huge. Who needs that much chicken breast? I don't know, but you get it at Costco for dirt cheap. Let's talk about the stock itself, the fundamentals. This is a company that's really skyrocketed in terms of fundamentals over the last couple of years. PE ratio has gone close to 50 now. Forward P ratio at 46 is the highest it's been historically. Price to expected growth over 5, higher than it's been historically. But the price to sales is still only sitting at a 1.27. If you look at other retailers, this technically is more expensive than most of them. Most of them trade right around 1 or below 1. So this is pretty expensive from a retail standpoint. But there are many reasons why Costco has this valuation, in my opinion. Last year was fantastic. If you look at the revenue of this company, it's been fantastic. There are very few times in which you even see a slowing growth rate. In fact, you've seen an increasing growth rate really since 2016. Percentage increases are climbing. They're climbing. You're not seeing a stalemate. You're not seeing anything here. No stagnation. This is growing revenue lines here by larger percentages every single quarter, it looks like. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. This is the dream chart. When you look at the trailing 12-month revenue, this is a dream chart out of a company. And on top of that, you get the net income line. This is even better somehow. When you look at this net income line, the only time they had a dip here in 2020 was because of increased COVID protocols and spending that it took, right? Makes sense. A lot of spend went into that particular issue there. But since then, guess what? They've managed to continue to grow massively, 20+% consistently on the net income line. Net income is huge for this company. And how do they do that? It's by increasing the card holders. You've seen since 2014 to 2020, massive increases in card holders every single year. So the more memberships they have, the more net income they get. So the more they're able to increase that, which they are through global expansion. Global expansion, you can see when you're looking at, obviously, their earnings results. You see other international, and expansion into China is massive for them. They're growing membership bases quite a bit, and they still haven't quite expanded everywhere internationally, so there's a lot of room to grow. But again, great growth rates. Even e-commerce is growing up, which is fantastic. Now, I wanted to bring up one point because I talk about value to the customers. This is what brings people in. Something as simple as the rotisserie chicken. This is an item that Costco has refused to change. They'll never change the price on it. $4.99 is all you're ever going to pay for the rotisserie chicken at Costco. No matter how much inflation's rising, Costco has assured you they're going to take care of their members, and they're going to sell the rotisserie chicken, one of their biggest selling items, consistently. They're going to sell at the same price as they've been selling it since 2006. Can you believe it? I mean, it's hard to believe, but it's the truth. So, it's crazy. So something as simple as a rotisserie chicken, look, they care about bringing value, and they're going to continue to do that. So, I like Costco a lot. This has talked a lot about the good about Costco. Where's the negative with Costco? Well, the negative is, as I mentioned in the valuation, trading at a pretty steep valuation right now. I think it deserves it, frankly. I'll just be clear, solely because of the membership value that this brings, as well as increasing net sales. I like it for that reason, but valuation is expensive. Let's say things as they are. Other things that you can maybe dislike about Costco, I think there's a chance. We've seen an incredible bump in goods sold over the last couple of years, and there's a chance that the trends might kind of falter there a little bit. We've seen increased stimulus and a lot of government programs that have given people a lot of excess cash that people have been spending on record levels. Goods sold have increased by massive numbers and are nowhere near the norm when you look at the comparison to goods and services. So there's a chance that services will kind of take over. Places like restaurants, movie theaters, so on and so forth, will start to take away some of that money from the retailers. So let's keep that in mind as an option. One more thing I want to mention with Costco too is the dividend. This is a company with an interesting dividend history. They've been raising the dividend very consistently for years. I mean, for years. That's right. Since they started paying the dividend, they've been raising the dividend. Now, one thing you'll notice here is these massive spikes, which make it kind of hard to look at. What are these massive spikes? Well, these massive spikes are special dividends they've paid historically. Right around every 2 to 3 years, they've been paying really big dividends. $7 in 2013, $7 a share. Can you believe that? $5 2015, $7 2017, and 2021. That's right. Or really, the end of 2020, they paid $10 a share. Now, they do this with a lot. They have a lot of excess cash on this balance sheet, and they reward the shareholders with that. They want people to continue purchasing shares here, and they want to use their massive net income they're growing for good things. So that's another thing to mention with Costco. Where do I see Costco going? Well, this is a company I see going up. I just got to be clear with you. 5 years from now, you look back and you're going to be very happy with Costco. You see over the last 5 years, it's gone up 248%. It's pretty hard to continue to go up by that margin. But look, I'm not going to be shocked if in 5 years, Costco's worth $1,000 a share. I really will not be, and I think that's a fair valuation metric for it. To go up 100% in the next 5 years, I think is more than feasible for them, and I think they could do it. Short range in the next year, I think this stock ends 2021 or 2022. I believe will end right around 600. Not an incredible markup from where it's at right now, but still a good chunk of gain. As I think there'll be a little bit of turbulence going on, but I think it ends around 600 end of next year. I still like this stock. Holding it long term, I think you're going to be very happy with the value you get. I hope you have a good day.